I call it also the phase. Just like when you're driving down the street, somebody brake lights in front of you, you don't think, okay, let me see, I see the lights on. Oh, it's brakes, I gotta pull on my brakes. It's just you just normal.
Instinct.
Do it. It's instinct. It's just it's part of that.
Right.
And then like what I was thinking of that when you said about the massive action. Once you get it into that phase, it's just gonna happen.
Exactly.
It's natural.
Exactly.
And it's not pan, as you said. It's not a pan reaction of, okay, he said this, what am I supposed to say? It just become natural.
Exactly. And that's what I have to get people to develop. Because I had to develop that. See, like when I started selling cars and a person gave an objection, I'm like, I don't know what to say. Now it's easy. Like when people walk along, I say, I'm just looking, I'm just selling. I mean, it's just like ping pong. You know what I'm saying? It's like tennis. So what you're gonna have to encounter is, how do you develop that? You know what I'm saying? When you talk to a person and they say no, well, what do I say now? This. Well, what I teach you is with me, no just means not right now. I've done that for years. Now I'm at the point now I don't know the difference. See, you could tell me no, but I will look at you like you don't really mean it. Because I'm sold on me. I'm sold on me selling you, not sold on you selling me. So you might tell me no, but what I also had to do was this. When I approach the person, I don't approach them like right now. If I work with you and I wanted you to get you into this with Amway, I would study you for maybe a month. And I would slowly introduce you to it. You know what I'm saying? And then what happens is you'll come around. It's just like, I'm gonna give you an example. If you have a cat that's in your yard, if you start doing this, what is the cat gonna do? It's gonna run. Now just say for instance you did this. You seen the cat, it's over there. You sitting over here in a chair. If you took some milk and put it halfway between you and the cat, and then went in the house, never came back out, what you think is gonna happen? You're gonna drink the milk. Now, next day, you start putting it there, you put it there, and go in the house. And you keep doing that every day until the point when you're sitting down here and the cat's there, until the cat starts drinking the milk. And the next day, you just bring it closer and closer. Eventually, you're going to be sitting in the chair, the milk is going to be there, and you're going to be rubbing the cat. That's the same principle. That principle is not being taught. What most people do is they vomit on the people, man, this is a $30 billion company. I'm not interested in that. What I got to find out is what you're interested in. You know what I'm saying? Like I said earlier, when you become interested, you become interesting. And so what I have to do is find out what your goals are. And I'll do that over a period of time. You won't know it. But when I'm in car sales, I have to do it a little bit quicker. But if I'm working with you, I'm not worried about that. I'll make sure I get your number, get your email, just in case you quit. And I'll keep in contact with you. But what I'll do is I'll study you. And that's what you have to do with people. You don't, this is not a canned business. You don't go after everybody the same way. Like the way I would approach you, approach her, approach him, all will be different. And so only thing I would do is start is where you work. If I don't know you, where you work at. Oh, okay. Now, just say you're an electrician. Okay. I went to school for computer repair. We studied electricity. Now, what I got to do is we got some common ground. That's what we're going to talk about. Because I know resistors and all this stuff. I went to school for that.
Yeah.
We got vegetables. We sold cars before.
Yeah.
All I got to do is find a common ground. That's all I got to do. And the thing about it is, once you know that I'm genuine, we working together, you can trust me. You see what I'm saying? If I meet you and I got this for sale, I walk up to you, hey man, I got this for sale, you want to buy it? What would you do? Look, I'm looking kind of psyched in. You know, hold up, man, this. So that's what happens, but you do that to another person that don't know you on an unconscious level.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't see yourself doing that,
Because
but
first thing
you
I'm
do it.
thinking of somebody doing that.
It's hot.
Yeah, it's hot. Yeah.
It's hot. You don't want to get away from that person because he's looking. Hurry up, man, make a decision.
Yeah.
Give me $1,000.
Yeah.
No, man, I'm good. Come on, $500. I'm all the way down to $75. Come on, come on, man. You just trying to go get some drugs and get away. No. But
I
see,
think about that time, they probably been about ran away then.
exactly. But what happens is we do that. Just like I said with the cat, you repel it.
Right.
Just like if I did that to you. But if you know me, and I say, man, I'm gonna go over here to this meeting. I'll just see if you want. You might say, oh man, I told you a little bit about it. You'll be more perceptive to come. You know what I'm saying? versus me telling you, man, I gotta be tonight. I don't know nothing about it. I don't know. You may be taking me to get robbed. I don't know what's going on. That's most people is their survival kicks in. You see what I'm saying? Anybody. You know what I'm saying? You meet a woman in the club, hey, come on, go home with me. Hold on, man, I don't know you. Go home with you. I don't know you. But people do that, but they do it. And like I said, it's on an unconscious level. They don't know it. You know what I'm saying? A woman has to be more Top Gun senses versus, I don't know, you gonna take me and put me in the basement and leave me and, you know what I'm saying? They don't know that. It's the same thing with everybody you meet. And what I teach people is there are different people, personalities. You have to know, and you got to cater to that. And then also, just build that rapport, build that common ground. You know what I'm saying? Most people, if I dance and you dance, we're going to hang out together. We got something in common. You know what I'm saying? And what you would have with the other person is the same reason you join. And that's all you have to do. Man, I'm ready to get off of this job, man. I want to work for myself. Man, I do too. I think I got something that might help us. They like this now. You got something that might help us, not just you now. What you into, man? What you do? Now I've created that curiosity. You know what I'm saying? And then you just, man, I'll let you know about it, man. Just come on down, man. I can tell you more about it. Now you put them in front of this. If you try to tell them it doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? Get them in front of the presentation when you get trained, and it has to be, the setup has to be right. And that's where most people, the setup is not right. You know what I'm saying? The presentation not right. I don't care what it is. They're not.
Tim, your audio book, what is the CD?
I haven't done it yet, now.
Oh, it's not okay.
Everybody's asking for it.
Yeah, because that's, I really.
He's waiting on me to voice it.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
He's waiting on me to voice it.
Right there.
But he doesn't know that yet.
He's waiting on what?
You're waiting on me to voice it, but you didn't know that till just now.
Oh, 40 years. You don't hear that voice?
I hear it. Everybody asks me about that.
And
I'm
you
one
know,
of three.
also, I do hear your talking awesome.
Oh man,
I
I
love
love that.
the TBN.
Is that the massive action?
That's a massive action.
I need that because I speak at a lot of different places. I definitely, we need to sit down and talk. Definitely.
Is that the massive action, sir?
Say it again?
Is that the massive action of suggestion?
What's that?
Well, are you waiting on me to voice the book?
Well, that wasn't it. You know, it's a lot more steps to that. You gotta get me to the point where, you know, I know, I have to show you, but that's, you know, well, I can't say no. That's the point I'm trying to do. You gotta get me. The suggestion, you throw it out there. It's a way you throw it out there, and to the point where I'll say yes, and I'll show you that.
Go through that quadrant again.
Yeah.
All four of them.
Yeah. Basically, you know, like I said, you wanna know, which I get you to the point where you know you have unlimited potential.
Okay.
Which you do. Everybody do.
Unlimited
You have
potential.
unlimited potential. Basically, what I'll show you how to do is you take unmanifested potential and you create it into manifested reality.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, to give you an example about this, and it's in my book, you read it probably. When I was in high school, my high school counselor said I wasn't college material.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And my grandmother told me, you're going to college. And when I was in high school, I got bad grades because I wasn't focused. There was things going on at home, I wasn't focused. So when I got to school, it was difficult for me to learn. I kept going to different grades, and I wasn't focused in the fourth. Now I'm in the 8th grade. You know what I'm saying? It was just, it wasn't working. And my high school counselor said, Timothy, you're not college material. You know, and I never told her what I wanted to do. She just blurted that out. I said, oh good, I don't want to go to college. I don't like books, I don't want to go. My grandmother said, you're going. And we argued. Eventually I went. When I went, because they told me if you graduate, we'll give you a brand new car, I was chasing the car. So I was studying for the car. But they tricked me. I found out I was smart. I didn't know it.
Yeah.
I was just studying. I was reading books and stuff like that. But once I found that out, I went to start selling cars, and I knew I had this potential in me. But by me not knowing anybody, I was just starting to sell, I had to figure out something. How do I sell a lot of cars? I took massive action. I was calling people, I was letting everybody know everywhere I went. I did something that was called Follow Your Dollar, and I'll teach you that.
Oh,
When
yeah.
you give your money out to somebody, you have a little card, you give them a card with the money. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere you go. If you go to the drive-thru with me, it's a habit. You know, like if I'm gonna give you this $100 bill, you know, I'm gonna get some change back, but that's called follow your dollar. And it's something also called a 3-foot rule.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody within 3 foot of me, they get a car. And see, I developed a lot of these different things, and then I just kept increasing them. And so what happened was, when I would go to work, I was passing my money out here, giving them a card. Within the 3-foot rule, if I'm at the bank, you got a card, you got a card. I was doing so many different things. I would go home at 9 o'clock, wake up at 3, I would start doing letters and postcards. I would send them out every day. I was doing 50 to 100 postcards a day. So I would send, if you bought a car from me, I would send your next door neighbors letters. So I was doing so many things when I came to work. People was looking for me all day. I got this card in the mail. You gave me this card at the bank. I was at the cleaners. You gave me. It eventually snowballed because I kept doing it. I wasn't seeing any results, but I kept doing it. And what I teach is, when you don't see any results, you don't stop. You know, like in a book, Think and Grow Rich, it's a chapter called 3 Feet from Gold. But what you do is, you keep doing it. It's like exercising. You may start walking or running or whatever. You're not going to see no results tomorrow. And one of the main things I love is this, when I heard this. When you plant something in the ground, you don't go out the next day and get the tomatoes or collards or whatever you plant, watermelon, because there's a gestation and incubation period. What you do is you plant it and then you wait. It's about 70 days. Now here's the interesting thing. When you plant tomatoes in the ground, you're going to get tomatoes. You plant watermelon, you're going to get watermelon. The best thing I ever heard about that is this. When you plant something in your mind, you can create and get anything you want. You can't plant a car in the ground and get a car. You see what I'm saying? So once you understand this, now all you got to figure out is what kind of action do I need to take to get the results I want. So you got to find out, well, what do you want? You want $1,000? You got to get $100. You figure, okay, it takes that much to get 100. I need it 10 times that. Then once you take massive action, you're going to get unbelievable results, because that's what happened with me. I was passing cards out, I was sending letters out, I was sending postcards out, I was doing all this stuff. And then what happened, I'm like, man, this stuff works. You see what I'm saying? What's going to happen after you get unbelievable results? It's going to create a phenomenal belief system. So now, I know what